This is a situation that came up with one of my video students, and here he had to get position from the 1 ball to the 3 ball, and as you saw, we are off angle. So he was thinking that in order to get down, he has to hit really hard, and not only he's thinking that, of course, but a lot of players, because we have to play with left spin and follow and then bring the cue ball down here. So let's show you what actually happens when I'm hitting really hard with high and left in this case. So you see, I got a lot of rotation and spin on the cue ball, and I was able to hit the point on the rail here. But now let's do the same and hit just a bit softer. Because the problem is, if you're hitting hard, we already learned that the cue ball will follow the tangent line longer, and it takes much longer for the cue ball to leave the tangent line. And also, if the cue ball is going into the rail with more speed, the spin won't grab that good on the rail. But how do you get enough spin into the cue ball when at the same time you're not allowed to hit hard? Well, the big thing you have to understand is that speed doesn't equal spin. Have a look at the straight-in shot. I'm going to hit really hard, and you just watch the cue ball's reaction. As you can see, the cue ball didn't move at all, and this was because I had no spin on the cue ball, and the cue ball actually transferred 100% of its own energy onto the object ball, and this is the reason why the cue ball doesn't move. Now I'm playing the same shot, but I'm using an angle. Watch the cue ball's reaction now. Again, no spin on the cue ball. And this time the cue ball really moves a lot, and the reason for that is that the cue ball just didn't transfer all of its energy onto the object ball. So whenever you're facing a spin shot, speed isn't the dominant force that decides how much spin you actually get onto the cue ball. Way more important is that you actually hit the right spot on the object ball that you were intending to. And very often, when you're trying to hit really hard, you tighten up, your cue moves in a different direction because your arm moves and you aren't adding the exact spin that you were trying to add. So taking a bit of speed off can improve your accuracy on your contact point on the cue ball, and this improves your rotation that you get onto the cue ball. Another really important factor is timing. What does timing mean? Well, when you're striking a ball and you're going back with your cue, now your cue starts to actually accelerate, and here it should be almost its highest speed. So you just want to accelerate a tiny bit through the cue ball, and now your cue stick actually decelerates, and you want to hit at the exact moment that you're accelerating a tiny bit through the cue ball. You can hit, for example, really hard, and at this point you actually reached your highest speed, and here your cue starts to decelerate again because you're not following through a lot. And this means you were trying to hit hard, but your cue actually decelerated at this point, loses power, and you don't get that much spin onto the cue ball. So yes, speed does equal spin, but not only speed, okay? So I'm going to play the same shot now. I'm going to hit low on the cue ball and hit way softer than on my first shot, and you just watch the spin on the cue ball. You can see I drew it back, I even had some right spin on the cue ball, and this shot was way softer than the shot before. So let's play the same shot with high left, but just softer, and let the spin do the work off the rail, and then let's see where we can reach the rail. So high left again. Of course, by the way, don't hit the left part of the side pocket, but the right part. Very important, this will change a lot. So high left. And you see how soft I hit, and notice now we were able to hit the rail here, and we also hit this rail earlier. Now let's watch me play the last remaining balls. Here on the free ball, what I'm doing is I'm just rolling that free ball in, and the reason for that is I'm splitting the difficulties up into 2 shots. This means the free ball was a bit easier because I wasn't doing anything crazy with the cue ball. The 4 ball was longer and therefore a bit more difficult, so I just split the difficulties up. Now while I'm playing the last 3 balls, I would highly appreciate it if you leave a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, ring that bell notification if you want to improve your game. Check out my Patreon page from the beginning if you want the bonus videos, drills, the playing ability test, private coaching and much more. Also make sure to check out my shop for pool related merch, and I think I advertised everything that I wanted. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching guys, and as always, see you at the next lesson. Take care.